All right, good morning. I'm proud to be joined this morning with our County Executive, Laura Curran, and our Police Commissioner, Patty Ryder. Today, we're here to announce a major milestone for Nassau County law enforcement. Newly released data from the Department of Criminal Justice Services has demonstrated and shows us that in Nassau County, index crime is down nearly 25%. That's great news. 25% reduction in index crimes, making Nassau County the safest large county in New York State. DCJS and the FBI define index crimes as the 7 most serious categories of violence and crimes against property. These include murder, rape, assaults, burglary, larceny, and motor vehicle theft. The statistics compiled from 24 law enforcement departments, including NCPD and the state police and our municipal police departments, shows a remarkable decline in serious crime. These numbers are a testament to the hard work we have done together to address these crime drivers and doing so by using the best intelligence and crime reduction strategies. And it's working. For example, in 2013, we had 1,043 reported robberies in Nassau County. Last year, that number was down to 599. With burglaries, we've seen an even steeper decline. In 2013, we had 2,355 burglaries countywide. Last year, that number was down by half and then some to 1,109 burglaries. Working together, the DA's Crime Strategies Unit and the Police Department's Asset Forfeiture and Intelligence Unit, we figure out who are the crime drivers in the county, and we tailor our strategies to stop them and make sure we hold them accountable. The Nassau County Police Department does an extraordinary job keeping our residents safe. And we've also seen some significant declines in the crime in Freeport and in Long Beach. In 2013, there were 1,085 index crimes in the village of Freeport. And last year, that number was down more than 50% to 501 index crimes in 2017. Similarly, we've seen a great decline in Long Beach. We had 373 index crimes in 2013 compared to 220 in 2017. This is very significant progress. I started my law enforcement career in 1991, and I know Commissioner Ryder started his even earlier. And we could not imagine these kinds of reductions in those years. We have the benefit of technological tools, analytics, and data sets that were simply unavailable to us in the 1990s. Today, when we see a spike in crime in a specific neighborhood, we can micro-target that community and send our resources and enforcement. We're also in a great period of transition in law enforcement, with more alternatives to incarceration and programs that assist those with substance abuse programs or mental health concerns, for example. I created the Phoenix Division in my office to expand and verify programs and alternative dispositions for the appropriate offenders, to ensure that public safety is strengthened by redirecting nonviolent offenders to law-abiding lives. Early intervention with teenagers that my office spearheaded with our adolescent diversion part and youth court and youth part can help a kid avoid a criminal record and in many cases set them up with employment and education opportunities. We're also addressing the heroin crisis by getting drug users into treatment beds instead of prison cells. We're providing financial support to the only crisis center in Nassau County, New Hope, to allow 24-hour-a-day, 7-day admissions and medically assisted treatments. And that has helped countless people. At last count, over 2,000 people have utilized those resources at New Hope. And I continue to support at least 24-hour hospital admission upon revival from an overdose and serious consideration of starting medically assisted treatment in emergency rooms. Until we can make it easier to get into treatment than to get heroin, we will not turn the tide on this epidemic. And it's important to note and appreciate the connection between drug treatment and crime reduction. We know drug traffickers and dealers are responsible for many violent crimes. Many property crimes we see in Nassau are committed by those in the grip of addiction who are desperate to catch their next high. So our work to stop addiction will also stem demand and continue to improve public safety. These numbers are great news. Crime is low and it continues to go down, but we have much more work to do. We will continue our collaborative efforts to take on gang violence and to eradicate MS-13 from Nassau County. We're prosecuting some of MS-13's highest-ranking members, and law enforcement collaboration has never been better. We're taking the fight to the gangs that are most responsible for our most serious crimes, and the impact of our work has not just a national reach, but a global one, helping law enforcement agencies around the world, especially in Central America, in the international effort to stop MS-13. So once again, I want to thank the county executive for her leadership and continued support. I couldn't ask for a better partner. And I want to thank Commissioner Ryder for his outstanding work leading the Nassau County Police Department. Patty gets things done. He's creative, hardworking, and truly appreciates what it takes to keep our communities safe. And these great numbers are a testament to that. I'll turn it over to the county executive at this point.
Thank you so much, Detective Attorney, District, I'm giving you another job. Thank you so much, District Attorney Singas. This is what leadership looks like. This is the dream team that is getting it done. They collaborate, they use data-driven technology to really drill down, find where the problems are, and then implement real solutions that get these kinds of results. It's not about ego, it's about getting it done. Getting it done for school safety, lowering the amount of overdoses, of opioid overdoses throughout the entire county, holding the line on gangs and holding gang members accountable and putting them away and putting them in jail. Starting real community councils so that there's real collaboration between law enforcement and the communities, building the trust that is so incredibly important if we want to really make a dent in crime, which we are doing. The work, of course, is not done. There is always more to do to be more responsive, to be more efficient, and to be more effective. I'm excited that we will be having a police academy to be built soon so that we can make sure that the men and women who are either going to become police officers or sheriffs in the jail are getting the training that they need and to help the collaboration there as well. While I'm here, we do have to give a big thanks to the men and women of law enforcement who are doing the work, who are getting it done. And I just, again, have to applaud the district attorney and the police commissioner for collaborating and for being real leaders and for getting the job done, making this place as safe as it can possibly be. Thank you very much.
I'll turn it over to the Commissioner of Police.
Thank you. Good morning. First of all, every single morning, the men and women of the Nassau County Police Department, they get up and they get dressed to go to work just like everybody else, but they put on a bulletproof vest. They wear a gun belt with many tools to de-escalate the situation and bring down sometimes the rhetoric that's out there caused by outside interference. They put their life on the line every single day for complete strangers. That's what they get paid to do, and they know how to do it right. Through intelligence-led policing, we give them a focus, we give them a direction. Every single arrest that occurs, it does not stop there. Sometimes it only begins, and that's when the prosecution comes in. So between the men and women, the district attorney's office, the support we get from the county exec and the legislators out there, we continue to fight crime. We keep moving that stick in the right direction, downward, doing it effectively, doing it efficiently, and of course, saving lives out there in the process. But again, I want to commend those men and women who put their life on the line. Just last week, we dedicated a boat to the 9/11 survivors. Unfortunately, there'll be more names that go on that boat as time goes on. So again, I want to thank them for that great job that they do every day. And of course, our partners in the district attorney's office and the relationships that we have and built over the years, and the county executive legislative for supporting us in all of our processes. Thank you.
Are there any questions?
I'm curious, have the characterization of any of these changed? So it's the same, it's like how you classify a crime, right?
Yeah, this is same statistics. They always look at index crimes. That's what the state DCJS looks at, and that's what we're comparing here. So it's a 5-year, from 2013 to 2017, it has shown a tremendous decrease in those index crimes, and that's how we rank the safety of a community. I would like to say happy Thanksgiving to all, and let's remember to not drink and drive, please, this holiday season.
The decrease in numbers correlate with the increased monitoring of the county. I mean, we know that there's more cameras up, there's more seemingly ways to follow and deter crime. Is there a correlation?
Again, the numbers in Nassau County have been reduced dramatically, and more so than any of the other neighboring counties in the state, making Nassau County the safest large county in the state. And it's attributed to many things. It's attributed to making sure that we target the right areas at the right time. It's making sure that we work with nonviolent offenders to help them redirect their lives. It helps with making sure that violent offenders are held accountable. Every little thing helps, whether we're putting our money into better equipment, whether we're putting our money and our resources into using all the strategies that we know work. We've been doing it in Nassau County. We're leaders in Nassau County law enforcement, and these numbers demonstrate that it's working.
Are hate crimes considered index?
Hate crimes are a category that can elevate another crime. So you can have an assault that's a hate crime. Some of them are index crimes. Some of them are not index crimes.
Can you just give an example of several things that are not indexed, just so we have an idea of?
Like any of our violations, harassment, so on, a lot of our property crime, grand larceny, a lot of white-collar crimes, all of those are not index crimes. Anything that you think of as a violent crime is an index crime.
Some immigrants for Latino, some advocates for Latino immigrants say that crimes are still unreported. How would you say that can factor into all of this? I mean, it's obviously unreported, you don't know about it.
Yeah. It's hard to say. It's always hard for us to measure something that we can't measure, right? If they're not reporting crimes, then we don't know. But what I can say is that both the county executive and the police commissioner and the work in my office, we are constantly out making sure that our immigrant populations know that we're here to keep them safe. I created an immigrant frauds unit. We are out educating the public, making sure that they know that even though they may be vulnerable, that law enforcement in Nassau County is looking out for them and keeping them safe.
Any other questions? There was recently a lot of debate about the police precincts reopening. How do you think that will impact the crime numbers?
I'll give that to the police commissioner.
It shouldn't affect it at all. Precincts were never diminished from the patrol side of it. 177 cars before, 177 after. This is administrative. It will help from the community relations side and building better relations with that community.
Okay.
There's a couple of, for this year, looking at the most recent statistics, for this year, it looks like homicides are up some percentage points, and also some sex crimes, sexual abuse, criminal sexual acts, according to the police department website. What do you attribute that to?
Major crimes. So the numbers you're looking at are major crimes. Since 1960, the Nassau County Police Department does it by major crime. Index crimes are the federal way that we look at the numbers. So our major crimes, our homicides for the county are even they're flat at 9, I believe, and they might be slightly up when we look at the county as a whole. But historically, we had to go back to last year when we ended up with 15 or 16. We had to go back to 1960 to get a number that low. So again, the homicide numbers are down. Every single major crime today, besides sex abuse, is down or flat in Nassau County as of this morning.
Does crime being this low, does that have an impact on funding for the police department? Do you look at that and say, from a county executive point of view or a police commissioner point of view, that, okay, we can have fewer resources because we don't have as much problem areas to deal with?
It's up to us to make sure that law enforcement has all the resources they need to keep these numbers low, and that's what we're committed to doing.
All right, thank you, everybody.